I'm Lucy Liu, a holistic health practitioner and a registered dietitian. Today, I am going to talk about the thyroid function. Thyroid hormones, T3 and T4, affect every cell and all the organs in the body by regulating the rate at which the body uses energy. This affects weight loss or weight gain and is called the metabolic rate. Thyroid hormones impact metabolism, growth, and the development of organs and body tissues. They also affect your heart rate. The thyroid receptors belong to the superfamily of nuclear hormone receptors. Let's dive into the functions of different thyroid hormones. T4 is the main thyroid hormone, which is high in hyperthyroidism or too much T4 medication. It can be low for untreated hypothyroidism or those who take T3 medication only. Reverse T3 is a form of deactivated T4, which is high in those with inflammatory conditions. Instead of creating T3, your body starts to create reverse T3 due to inflammation, toxicity, poor gut health, and sleep deprivation, which blocks the function of T3, leading to a decreased metabolism. Thyroid hormones, and more specifically T3, which is the active thyroid hormone, controls gene expression by binding on the thyroid receptors. Thyroid hormones trigger mitochondrial protein synthesis and increase total mitochondrial volume, which is directly linked to energy production and metabolism. T3 helps deliver oxygen and energy to all the body cells. Its effects on target tissues are roughly 4 times more potent than those of T4. The number of receptors on a target cell can increase or decrease in response to hormone activity. T4 and T3 circulate almost entirely bound to specific transport proteins. If the levels of these transport proteins changes, there can be changes in how much bound T4 and T3 is measured. The free T4 or T3 is a hormone that is unbound and able to enter and affect the body tissues. Reverse T3 is inactive protein that is structurally very similar to T3, but the iodine atoms are placed in different locations. Reverse T3 is created by degeneration of the T4 under specific circumstances like high stress, starvation, and hepatic dysfunction, and severe infections. Therefore, measuring this non-active thyroid hormone gives a more complete picture of what is happening within the body that is contributing to the thyroid dysfunction. It appears that reverse T3 can be elevated when the body is undergoing a crisis. Interestingly, serum reverse T3 was also significantly higher in diabetes than a non-diabetic population, while serum T4 and TSH were within normal range. Once the diabetic patients received treatment, not only the blood glucose levels improved, so as reverse T3 levels. Some studies suggest that those with hyperthyroidism have a higher reverse T3 to T3 ratio than those with hypothyroidism. This indicates it can be a more sensitive marker for evaluating thyroid dysfunction and overall thyroid health than T4 and T3 alone. There are many medications that can affect thyroid function testing. Some common examples include estrogens, such as in birth control pills, cause high levels of total T4 and T3. This is because estrogen increases the level of binding proteins. In these situations, it is better to check both for TSH and free T4 for thyroid evaluation. Biotin, a commonly taken over-the-counter supplement, can cause the measurement of cerebral thyroid function test to appear abnormal. Therefore, biotin should not be taken for 2 days before the blood test for thyroid function to avoid this effect. T2 is considered to be bioidentical hormones that looks identical to the same T2 that your body produces in a healthy state. Refers to 3,5-butylthyroidine. T2 appears to be one of the most important thyroid hormones for regulating metabolism. The higher your basal metabolic rate is, the easier it is to lose weight. Unlike white fat, brown fat is more metabolically active if you want to lose weight because it helps your body burn fat and increase heat production, also known as thermogenesis. For a long time, T2 is considered only from your body by breaking down T4 and T3, but there is clear evidence now that your thyroid is actively making T2. If you have thyroid disease, you may be low in T2, and it is often ignored how important T2 is to your body. Some studies showed people who had their thyroid removed only produce half of the amount of T2. Studies have shown those with low levels of thyroid hormones often have higher level of blood cholesterol. T2 is required to activate many detoxification enzymes. T2 also increases the energy production from mitochondria. People who take the thyroid hormone replacement are not producing enough T2 compared to healthy populations. This also applies to pregnant women who are not producing enough T2. T3 is the active thyroid hormone precursor to T2, low in some on T4 medication and high in hyperthyroidism or those who are on T3 medication. T2 is an important thyroid hormone that is low in those who take thyroid medication or the elderly. Lack of T2 can cause hypothyroidism symptoms. Currently, there is no test for it. Here are some important functions of T2. Increases basal metabolic rate and boosts weight loss. Increases brown fat and optimizes muscle mass. Prevents insulin resistance, increases mitochondria energy production, improves cholesterol profile, prevents cancers. An interesting point about T2 is that it is available over the counter, which means you don't need a prescription to get it. However, synthetic T2 in the pills is not the same as the T2 in your body produces, and it can be dangerous. A few studies suggest that the dosage of T2 should not exceed 300 micrograms per day. Higher dose of T2 can cause damage and have been shown to cause cardiac damage in just 4 weeks. T2 does have a weak affinity for the T3 receptor, but it can cause hyperthyroidism symptoms when the dosing exceeds 300 micrograms per day. Another problem is that T2 supplementation can bioaccumulate to a dangerous level within the liver. The best way to optimize your T2 production is to optimize your thyroid function with a healthy diet and nutritional supplements. Let's talk about some important nutrients to support your thyroid function. Iodine. Iodine is a key mineral for helping convert and release thyroid hormone. You can obtain iodine from iodine-rich foods such as seaweed, certain wild-caught fish, and some fermented foods. You might also benefit from iodine supplement. However, too much iodine can affect thyroid function. Selenium. Selenium helps balance levels of T4 hormones. Selenium has been shown to reduce antibodies and the symptoms associated with Graves' disease, which is an autoimmune disorder that affects the thyroid gland. People with Graves' disease are more likely to have lower selenium levels. Foods rich in selenium include brazil nuts, spinach, yellowfin tuna, halibut, sardines, grass-fed beef, turkey, and beef liver. A supplement of selenium may be needed in the case of severe deficiency. B12. Low levels of B12 impair the synthesis of thyroid hormone, which can lead to hypothyroidism symptoms. Many people with hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's have a vitamin B12 deficiency. This prevalence may be due to the higher association between anemia and hypothyroidism. Since thyroid hormones determine our metabolism throughout the entire body, including the digestive tract, hypothyroidism can affect the absorption of minerals and vitamins from our food sources, which can lead to nutrient deficiencies. Most people with thyroid disorders also have low stomach acid. B12 is released for absorption with the help of stomach acid and protease, an enzyme in the stomach. Therefore, low stomach acid can lead to B12 deficiency for many people with hypothyroidism. Another risk factor for B12 deficiency is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. commonly known as SIBO, which may be present in up to 50% of people with Hashimoto's. The bacteria in the gut consume B12 and produce a molecule that is similar to the structure of B12. This molecule competes with B12 receptors and results in B12 deficiency. Zinc. Zinc plays a crucial role in thyroid hormone metabolism and function, and its deficiency can affect thyroid function. Zinc is essential for the synthesis of thyroid hormones and the proper function of T3 receptor. Studies suggest that zinc supplementation alone or in combination with other nutrients may help thyroid function in those with hypothyroidism. Then, zinc-rich foods include oysters, beef, poultry, seafood, legumes, nuts and seeds, eggs, etc. Omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids can positively impact thyroid health by reducing inflammation and supporting thyroid hormone function. Due to their role in immune function, omega-3 fatty acids are especially important for those with an autoimmune disorders such as Hashimoto's. Omega-3 rich foods include fatty fish such as salmon and sardines. Also nuts and seeds such as walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Vitamin D. Research suggests that vitamin D deficiency may be associated with higher levels of thyroid antibodies, and supplementation with vitamin D may decrease them. Vitamin D supplementation may help reduce thyroid antibodies. The best way to activate the vitamin D in your body is sunlight. Vitamin D rich foods include fatty fish such as salmon, egg yolks, red meat, liver, and etc. Now let's talk about iron. Iron is essential for the activity of thyroid peroxidase, TPO, an enzyme that it is important precursor protein for the thyroid hormone synthesis. TPO is a heme-dependent enzyme, which indicates it requires iron to function properly. Iron deficiency can impair the production of the thyroid hormones. It can lead to reduced conversion of T4 to the active thyroid hormone T3. This can result in lower levels of active thyroid hormone, potentially leads to hypothyroidism. Iron deficiency can also affect the hypothalamic, pituitary, and the thyroid axis, leading to altered thyroid hormone levels and a decreased response to thyroid-stimulating hormone. Therefore, iodine deficiency is associated with thyroid dysfunction. Iron deficiency. We talked about iodine deficiency just previously. Iron-rich food include red meat, poultry, seafood, beans, lentils, spinach, and dried fruits. Heme iron found in animal products is absorbed more efficiently than non-heme iron that is found in plant-based foods. I hope you enjoyed the information. I offer a variety of healing modalities, including holistic health consultation, herbal medicine, natural remedies, TCM treatment, energy healing such as Reiki and Theta healing, quantum healing hypnosis, intuitive readings such as medical palm reading, face and tongue reading, and medical Vedic astrology analysis, especially related to past life emotional traumas and chronic health challenges. Please visit my website optimalhealthsolutions.ca for more information, or if you would like to book a session with me. Please subscribe to my channel to receive more information on holistic health and natural remedies. Thank you for watching.